evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Royal Hospital succeeds in removing a cancerous tumor 4th grade, and a new renal dialysis unit is inaugurated in a C polyclinic. Worth more than 75 million Omani Riyals agreements are signed for constructing infrastructure of a new residential area in the Wilaya of Liwa. And the Ministry of Heritage and Culture reveals efforts to rebuild the wall of Rustaq Fort, Hoqain and Jamma castles, and to establish an integrated amphitheater to activate its cultural role. Good evening. Live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, here are the details of 7 p.m. news. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has received a cabal of thanks from His Excellency President Prokopios Papavlos of the Republic of Greece in reply to His Majesty's congratulatory cable on the occasion of his country's National Day. Under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Saidi, Minister of Health, a new renal dialysis unit is opened in Asib, and the Integrated Center for Neurosurgery and Neurology opened in Khola Hospital. More details in the following report. In a bid to expand renal dialysis services, a new center was opened this morning in Sib. The center, which is constructed with the contribution of Saud Bahwan Charity Establishment at a total cost of 1,800,000 Omani Riyals. The center consists of 28 latest dialysis machines covering 158 patients each day, where about 79 patients undergo 4 hours dialysis sessions 3 times per week. Opening of this center will reduce the load to the public hospitals. His Excellency, in his statement, said that the kidney failure is increasing significantly, and the main causes of these diseases are diabetes and hypertension. He also pointed out that every month there is an increase in the number of Omani patients' need for renal dialysis, which stands at 12 to 15 patients. This new center includes water treatment unit that provide highly purified water, which is required for every patient who undergo dialysis. It's worth mentioning that people with a healthy kidney require 14 liters of water per week, while people who undergo dialysis require 360 liters per week. Earlier, His Excellency opened at Khola Hospital the Department of Neurology and Neurosurgery after the Neurology Department was transferred from Royal Hospital to become integral parts of Department of Neurosciences, which will allow teams in close and continuous contact with each other. Later, integration of the Department of Neurosciences, where neurology, neurosurgery, neuroradiology, neurointervention and neurophysiology combine to provide better and quicker services to the people in Oman.
The stroke unit was established at the Royal Hospital about 2.5 years ago. Of course, the right place for the stroke unit is where the neurologists, in addition to the neurosurgeons, under the same management. Therefore, after the space was prepared at Khola Hospital, the stroke unit moved from the Royal Hospital to Khola, so that if the patient requires, in addition to the medical treatment, surgical intervention or radiological intervention, they don't need to be transferred between hospitals, but it will be done immediately at Khola Hospital. What I would like to say at this point, that many of the non-communicable chronic diseases are related to non-healthy lifestyles. Unfortunately, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol are very high in the region, and Oman is part of this region. Most of these conditions can be either delayed or the complication can be delayed by following healthy lifestyles.
As a qualitative medical achievement, the Royal Hospital successfully removed a cancerous tumor, 4th grade. This surgical operation is the first of its kind in the Sultanate, where the surgical medical team of the Royal Hospital were able to use a qualitative treatment technology to extract the tumor, which spread in different organs in the bowel and the prostate. The team was able to form an alternative bladder for urine via small intestine and to restore lower wall of the bowel and the abdominal wall. Worth more than 75 million Omani riyals, the Ministry of Housing signed agreements for constructing infrastructure of a new residential area in the Wilaya of Liwa in the Governorate of North Al-Batina, which came as the completion of a number of agreements including engineering services and to supervise implementation of buildings and road works. Another agreement was signed to establish a new planned scheme in a Najd area in the Wilaya of Thamrid in the Governorate of Dhofar. This agreement will include preparing needed studies in creating master and detailed plan for new urbanized neighborhood in an area of 31,000 acres in a Najd area at a value of 217,000 Omani riyals. Both agreements were signed by His Excellency Sheikh Saif bin Mohammed Al-Shabibi, Minister of Housing. The Ministry of Heritage and Culture revealed its efforts to rebuild the collapsed wall of Rostaq Fort in cooperation with a number of institutions in the Wilaya of Rostaq. The wall of the fort is considered as one of the historical relics due to its length and architecture that form a unique view of the fort, which narrates the part of Omani civilization. The ministry also revealed a plan for comprehensive restoration of the fort and construction of an amphitheater in order to activate its cultural role. Preparing the detailed and the final studies for the restoration of Al-Huqain and Jamma castles in the Wilaya of Rostaq are awaiting for the financial approvals. This was revealed by engineer Sulaiman bin Hamad Al-Subhi, Director of Restoration and Maintenance at the Ministry of Heritage and Culture. The lack of cooking gas in the Governorate of North and South Al-Batina is causing a problem for the citizens in the area. According to the gas distribution companies and factories, the reasons behind this issue are that the quantity of gas provided by the bodies concerned in the same as it did not change during the years. The consumers are looking forward to proper solutions for this issue because of increased demand on cooking gas before the holy month of Ramadan. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. Organizational assessment and evaluation is a practical seminar organized by the National Youth Commission at the Council of Oman. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. With a wide participation from the government and private institutions, the Employment and Training Opportunities Fair was held in the College of Banking and Financial Studies in the Governorate of Muscat. It targeted the graduates as well as the higher education students to get acquainted with the job and training opportunities and the labor market. The participants expressed that social media means are considered a great source for the job seekers to follow the latest job advertisement and vacancies that match their specializations. During the accompanying workshop, some government bodies focused on the mechanisms of training in addition to the method of registration in the Department of Small and Medium-Sized Projects. 15 scientific research performed by students from various Sultanate schools were presented in Globe Environment exhibition in the Governorate of Muscat. The exhibition, which came within the framework of the celebrations of the Regional Environment Day, discussed a number of important environmental issues. Globe program is global educational activity for scientific environmental research aimed to find research team from students and teachers in cooperation with scientists of environment field. The Sultanate came in the 6th position Arab-wise in the E-Trade indicator of the report issued by United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, which included 137 countries. The indicator depends on data related to use of high-speed internet, safe servers to transfer data, use of credit cards, and efficiency of postal services. Public establishments for industrial estates started the implementation of a new waste-water plant at Rusail Industrial Estate at a cost of 1,400,000 Omani Rials. The project aims to treat wastewater and to control emitted odor. The plant will be automatically controlled, and its importance stems from replacing the old plant, which was built more than 30 years ago. A training workshop in the field of economic assessment, adoption of agricultural techniques and analysis of the value chain of agricultural commodities began today. The 5-day training workshop was organized by the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries in cooperation with the International Center for Agricultural Research in the Dry Areas, ICARDA, as part of the projects to improve food security and sustainable management of natural resources through the promotion of integrated agricultural production systems in the Arabian Peninsula. The workshop aims to keep abreast of the latest developments, developing the capabilities of officials and researchers who are involved directly and indirectly in the regional projects of the Arabian Peninsula. It also aims to establish the concept of economic evaluation of agricultural techniques and analysis of the value chain, providing the participants with the skills required to manage, analyze, and assess agricultural projects. Organizational assessment and evaluation is a practical seminar held by the National Youth Commission at the Council of Oman as part of its annual programs for talents to upgrade creativity in this area. More details with Saif bin Khalfan Al-Kindi in the following report.
Organizational assessment and evaluation as part of the program organized by the National Youth Commission to enhance talent and creativity, focusing on several workers in the public sector. Muna bint Muhammad Al-Fanna, Head of Studies and Research in the National Youth Commission, talked about the concept of the seminar. One of them is to enable the participants to deal with their needs. She said,
National Youth Commission look towards the concept in an easy way, how to teach the person here how to use these tools to change their organization in a way that it will assist them in the future, provide the feedback for the organization itself, and also help them to be one of the tools to change.
The seminar looks into both areas, theoretical aspects and practical methods, as well as applying flexibility tools to change assessment and evaluation in an organization. One of the tangible programs applied by the National Youth Commission was training program for 20 young men called Skills, which aims at helping participants to gain research skills. Muna Al-Fanna pointed out.
This is towards building a new youth who are looking to be a researcher in the future and who will meet Oman need towards a research idea and research aims.
Meanwhile, the National Youth Commission applied 2 programs at Research and Study Committee. For instance, about 5 studies conducted by Omani researchers to examine Omani youth needs and requirements and to support their aims in the future.
Well, several strategies and methods have been applied in this seminar. One of them is the ways of doing assessment and evaluation for the performance of the staff and equipments. Saif Al-Kindi for English News, Muscat.
Creating awareness among society members about the risk of non-communicable diseases are the main goals of Health Awareness Convoy in the Governorate of North Sharqiya. The convoy stressed that non-communicable diseases have spread sharply in the Sultanate. The inauguration ceremony included an introduction about the convoy and its goals, in addition to a lecture on chronic diseases. The convoy, organized by the Directorate General of Health Services in the Governorate of North Sharqiya, continues until 20th of this month. Various government and civil establishments and associations participate in the event, including Traffic Safety Committee, Directorate General for Combating Drugs and Psychotropic Substances, Oman Hereditary Blood Disorders Association, Omani Association for Elderly Friends, and National HIV Control Program. The convoy called upon citizens and participants to follow nutrition-healthy styles, follow health instructions to exercise and regular checkups. Within the framework of cooperation and coordination among various bodies to protect the environment, the Ministry of Tourism organized Clean Up Wadi Darbat initiative in the Wilaya of Taqa at the Governorate of the Far. The initiative witnessed the participation of more than 200 volunteers and coinciding with the World Earth Day. It aims to instill the culture of voluntary work and preserve the environment. Spreading paramotor sports and promoting tourism activity in the Sultanate are the main goals of Friendship and Peace Journey that it is organized by the paragliding team in the Wilaya of Al-Khabura in the Governorate of North Al-Batina. A number of youth from various governorates in the Sultanate participate in these sports that requires mental and mobility skills. The Omani youth undergone training outside the Sultanate before joining Omani paramotor team. A number of professionals from Oman and Thailand paramotor teams performed various interesting shows in paramotor in Al-Khabura beaches. The events witnessed a wide attendance of various society segments. The Omani paramotor team prepared to host paramotor teams from other Gulf Cooperation Council countries. It's worth mentioning that Peace and Friendship Journey reflects Sultanate's contribution in spreading peace internationally and extending hand of cooperation to world countries. And now for the general weather forecast. Generally clear skies will prevail over most governorates with chances of high and medium clouds. Dust-raising wind is expected over the governorates of Al-Buraymi and Al-Dhahira. On the Hajar Mountains, there are chances of cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall. Low clouds and fog late at night and early morning will prevail over the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea. Winds will be southwesterly light to moderate on the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea, while on the rest of the governorates it will be westerly to northwesterly light to moderate, occasionally active. Seas will be moderate along the coasts of Arabian Sea with a maximum wave height of 2 meters. Along the rest of the coast it will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultan Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Royal Hospital succeeds in removing a cancerous tumor of the 4th degree. And a new renal dialysis unit is inaugurated in a SEEB polyclinic. Worth more than 75 million Omani Riyals agreements are signed for constructing infrastructure of a new residential area in the Wilaya of Liwa. And the Ministry of Heritage and Culture reveals efforts to rebuild wall of Rustakh Fort, Hoqain and Jamma castles and to establish an integrated theatre to activate its cultural role. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. Live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, we have presented to you 7 o'clock news bulletin. Thank you for joining us.